This is Tom with your fishing report from the Northeast. Cave Run Lake is sitting right below summer pool levels, and the Corps is drawing the lake to get it down to where it's supposed to be this time of the year. Unfortunately, that harder draw on the lake keeps the muskie off the banks and in deeper water this time of year. We saw several muskie folks out on the lake last week, and for the most part, they're fishing in slightly deeper water along the corner of the dam, trolling in the middle of Scotts Creek, and in the deeper ledges heading into the coves. This is also where we were seeing the muskie while electrofishing, just off the edges in that slightly deeper water. Had a crappie report come back recently that they were scattered around the lake and difficult to pinpoint. With warmer water inbound, look for crappie to become a little bit more predictable in the near future. Bass are holding onto woody debris right now, specifically larger stumps and downed trees. Again, look for these guys to pick up in action in the very near future. Cave Run Lake tailwaters have some nice white bass coming through the lake. You'll be looking in those slackwater areas with the discharge being so high right now. Grayson Lake is similar to Cave Run, with action slowly picking up. Again, look for things to really heat up in the near future. For now, fish for bass along stumps and down trees with quick access to deeper water, and you'll be looking hard at brush for the scattered out crappie. Trout have been stocked in locations all across the district, and we will be doing a second stocking of some of our gorge streams this next week. Speaking of the Red River Gorge, all of the streams are open to harvest. This includes Swift Camp Creek, where we made a slight change to that delayed harvest regulation, so you can keep fish there now as of April 1st. That should do it for us. Get out and enjoy some of the beauty Kentucky has to offer, and wherever you go, stay safe and good luck.
This is Adam Martin with your Western District Fishing Report. Here at Kentucky and Barkley Lakes, water temps are just under 60 degrees and warming. The elevation is around 356, but it's projected to rise a foot by the end of the week as they are on schedule to bring the lake up to a summer pool elevation of 359. Now, everything is a little bit early this year, and with these water temps, the bass have already started spawning. We have been conducting snorkel surveys of bass nests and have been finding several in about 4 to 5 feet of water. With the water level rising, I would expect new nests to be even shallower. Many anglers are finding success by flipping shallow cover like laydowns and boat docks. If you want to catch a trophy bass, now is the time. Crappie anglers have also been finding a lot of shallow water fish this past week, and the crappie spawn has likely also begun. However, with no flooding, this seems to be just the very beginning of the crappie spawn. So now is the time of year for crappie anglers who prefer to fish shallow spawning areas where you don't need sonar to find deep brush piles. The black crappie spawn first in a typical year, so you may want to target areas with higher concentrations of black crappie, such as the eastern shore of Kentucky Lake. Stake beds, laydowns, and any kind of flooded vegetation are where you're going to find the crappie. The red ear spawn is not started yet and is still likely 3 weeks out. All that can vary based on what the temperatures do. Typically, we look for a temperature of around 65 before we see much red ear activity. Tailwater elevations are becoming more normal, and the fishing down there is really heating up. Now is a great time to target some white bass, and it's certainly possible to catch a few skipjack, although the skipjack bite shouldn't really heat up until later this month. As always, if you decide to get out on the water, always remember to wear your life jackets and kill switches. Good luck.
This is Jeremy Shiflett with a fishing update from the Northwest District. Rough River Lake is about 480. New Summer Pool is 490. The lake has been dropping almost a foot per day to get back on the guide curve. The tailwater has over 2,000 CFS discharge while the lake is falling. When fishable, the tailwater will offer a great opportunity to catch crappie and hybrid striped bass from the bank this month. Try tube jigs, minnows, small swim baits, flukes, and curly-tailed grubs. Most of the lake is stained and may muddy up some more depending on the weather on Wednesday. Bass fishing has been slow. Crappie fishing has been fair. The crappie are trying to move into shallow pre-spawn locations, but the water keeps yo-yoing up and down. Target structure 2 to 10 feet deep with jigs and minnows. You may need to try several different colors and add a crappie nibble or some scent to find out what they like at that moment. Some hybrid striped bass are being caught in the lake as well. They are scattered right now and mostly in 10 feet of water or less. Many of those fish will be headed up the South Fork to Everly and above as April progresses and the water level comes up. Nolin River Lake is still on the rise. It is about 5 feet below summer pool. The Corps will likely increase releases very soon to try and get back on that guide curve. Current tailwater discharge is around 1,000 CFS, and anglers have been catching crappie and white bass down in the tailwater. While fishing in the tailwater areas this time of year, be very aware of your surroundings. Keep an eye out for increasing discharge. Bass fishing has been fair to good in the lake. Crappie and white bass in the lake has been fair to good as well. White bass and crappie fishing in the river right now from Bacon Creek up has been very good. White bass have moved up in mass. The males have been up for several weeks and the females have now joined them. Rooster tails, jigs, and soft plastics are all catching fish. Bank fishing can be and has been crowded on nice days. Broad Ford, Bacon Creek, and Wheeler's Mill offer access. Small boats can launch at Bacon Creek and move upstream. There are lots of big white bass being caught, so please remember the limit is 15 fish per person per day, with no more than 5 of those fish over 15 inches. Catfish were stocked in March in most Finns lakes, as were trout in Owensboro, Madisonville, and Litchfield Finns lakes, Otter Creek, and Nolin Tailwater. Things are definitely heating up, meaning the weather and the fishing. Wear your life jacket while in the water, be weather aware, and make sure someone knows your hunting or fishing plans. Get after something when you have the chance. Good luck.
This is Caleb Bentley with the Kentucky Stocking Report. This week across the state, we stocked channel catfish and rainbow trout. Channel catfish were stocked in Southland Church Lake, Lake Mingo, Cherokee Park Lake, Lake Pollywog, and Robert J. Barth Lake. Rainbow trout were stocked in the Cumberland Tailwaters, Beaver Creek in Wayne County, Elk Springs, Casey Creek, and Fort Campbell. Good luck fishing and stay safe.